Look around, Diaz. War's not over. We need to talk about Prescott's mission. This grub named Zukon.
Save it. I fix things now. And that's it. Shit. The bunker! No blast marks. This wasn't the hammer.
No, it wasn't. This was Ukon.
Gears Tactics is a turn-based strategy game in the same style of XCOM. This game truthfully snuck up on me as I didn't know of its existence until about a month prior to its release. Gears of War is one of my favorite franchises. The games are fun, the story, the background material is very interesting. How does a tactics game hold up in a third-person shooter universe? Very well, actually. As per usual, we'll dive into the story, the gameplay, the visuals, and the sound design to come up with my final verdict at the end. Be warned that as this game came out around the same time as XCOM Chimera Squad, there will be a lot of comparisons between the two franchises. So the story takes place 1 year after Emergence Day, the event that triggered the Locust War. For perspective, this is 12 years prior to the events of the first Gears of War game. Gears Tactics follows Lieutenant Gabriel Diaz as he's sent on a mission from Chairman Prescott to find and eliminate the Locust scientist named Ukon. During the course of the game, you find other memorable characters, learn about the origins of the Locust Horde, and find about family connection to characters in later games. Overall, they did a pretty good job with the story as I found myself to be enthralled with what happens next. The game took me about 20 hours to beat on the recommended difficulty, which is long for a Gears game but relatively short for a tactics style game. I personally think this is a good length for this game. It should have had more acts in it so that there could be more boss battles. Only 3 boss battles left me feeling a bit cheated on content. So how does the game play? Well, it plays like XCOM really. You have a squad of up to 4 Gears who you get to level up and customize extensively. There are 5 classes of Gears, which are the Support, Vanguard, Sniper, Scout, and Heavy. Each plays a different role on the battlefield with varying subclasses from leveling up to hone in their abilities. Each Gear has 3 action points as standard, which you can use to shoot, move, reload, or use a plethora of their skills. The game diverges from the XCOM formula by integrating several Gears of War tropes, the first and foremost being executions. You execute an enemy, all of your other Gears gain an action point, potentially letting you change for some massive turns where you wreak absolute carnage on the Locust. There's also the down mechanic from the Gears franchise, where if your Gears lose all of their health, they don't immediately die but enter the down state where they can be revived and get back into the fight. Much like the other Gears games, this particular mechanic is disabled on insane difficult. Gears Tactics also deviates by not having a formal grid system, which allows for better and more fluid unit placement, as well as a more dynamic camera for better angles. There's also no morale or will system, so your troops won't get mind controlled or panic, which I personally found to be super annoying mechanic in XCOM. There are, however, a very limited number of missions, but it feels like a similar amount of mission varieties that you would see in XCOM. Visuals and sound fit in at home with the rest of the Gears of War franchise. The game looks amazing on the upper end of the graphics range. The character models are very well detailed, the weapons look and sound just like the other games. The animations are, for the most part, seamless and very natural. The little bits of water you see as well as the various particle effects and lighting all look amazing. What is my final verdict of the game? My final verdict is 8 answers out of 10. The game's a ton of fun and there's a bunch to do in it. It has a good story and helps bridge some gaps or give some character developments to some characters in other games. It's great visually, it sounds amazing. The limited mission types makes it feel a little bit repetitive at times, but like I said previously, it's not that bad compared to missions that you would see in XCOM. And while it'd be nice to have some sort of multiplayer, I can understand why these types of games don't focus on it. And it's better to have a good story and good gameplay than to have a lackluster forced mode. I would sincerely recommend any fan of Gears of War or of XCOM to check this game out, and hope that we see more of these in the future.